I get it. You've spent hours scrolling through endless listings, looking for that perfect UPS, only to end up with a box that promises a clean sine wave, but leaves your workstation blinking out the moment the power flickers. It's frustrating because the specs look solid on paper, yet in real life the unit either chokes under a modest load or dumps a noisy output that fries sensitive equipment. I've been there, and that's why I'm digging into the Eaton SmartPro 1500VA line interactive UPS today. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about why a UPS matters beyond the obvious keep the lights on mantra. In a home office or a small server room, you're not just protecting a single laptop, you're safeguarding a whole workflow. A desktop with a multi-monitor rig, a NAS for backups, maybe even a router that keeps your Zoom calls alive. The moment the grid hiccups, a quality UPS gives you those crucial minutes to save work, shut down gracefully, or switch to a generator. The Eaton SmartPro 1500RM2ULN is positioned as a 1500VA/1440W device, which on the surface puts it in the same league as many mid-range UPS units. What separates it from the pack is the combination of a true sine wave output and a lithium iron phosphate, LiFePO, battery pack. The sine wave claim matters because a lot of cheaper UPSs deliver a simulated or approximated sine wave. Those can be fine for a basic PC, but when you throw in a high-end graphics card, a gaming monitor with a variable refresh rate, or a small server with a RAID controller, you start seeing voltage spikes, unexpected shutdowns, or even BIOS warnings. The Eaton's line interactive architecture also means it can correct minor voltage fluctuations without jumping to battery, which extends runtime and reduces wear on the battery cells. Now, about that LiFePO battery. Most UPSs still use lead-acid batteries, heavy, bulky, and prone to losing capacity after a year or two. Eaton's choice of LiFePO gives you a lighter unit. You'll notice the difference if you ever need to move it between offices, and a longer life cycle, often quoted at 2,000 plus charge cycles. In practice, that translates to less hassle replacing the battery and a lower total cost of ownership over 3 to 5 years. For a small business or a remote worker who doesn't want to schedule a service call every 12 months, that's a genuine win. So who should actually consider the SmartPro? If you run a desktop workstation with a mid-range GPU, a couple of external hard drives, and maybe a UP-SPAC'd router, this unit sits comfortably under the 1440W ceiling while still delivering clean power. It's also a solid match for a modest home lab. A single rack mount server, a small network switch, and a UPS-protected NAS. The 1500 VA rating gives you roughly 710 minutes of full load runtime, which is enough to finish a document, push a backup, or safely shut down a server. If you need a UPS for a high-end workstation that runs multiple GPUs at full load, you'll likely hit the power ceiling quickly and be better off with a 2000 VA or higher model. Conversely, if you're looking for a plug-and-play solution for a single laptop or a basic router, the SmartPro might be overkill. You'll be paying for capacity you'll never use, and the unit size, while not massive, still takes up a full rack-mountable footprint. For those ultra-compact setups, a smaller 600 VA desktop UPS would save space and cost. Also, if you rely on a UPS to run heavy equipment like a 3D printer or a large inverter, the 1440W limit will be a hard stop. Let's walk through a day in the life with this UPS. I set mine behind my desk, plugged the monitor, the desktop, the external SSD, and the Wi-Fi router into the battery-backed outlets, while the surgeonly ports handle a Bluetooth speaker and a lamp. The LCD panel on the front gives a quick glance at load percentage, battery charge, and estimated runtime. When a neighborhood storm knocked the power, the unit instantly sensed the drop, corrected the minor sag without switching to battery, and only when the line fell completely did the battery engage. The whole switch was silent, no loud buzzing, no clicking, just a smooth handover that kept the monitor on and the desktop humming. I had about 8 minutes before the UPS warned me to shut down, which was plenty of time to close my spreadsheet, save the Photoshop file I was working on, and initiate a proper shutdown sequence. In that moment, the sine wave output proved its worth. The GPU didn't hiccup, and the system didn't trigger any unexpected shutdown warnings that sometimes appear with simulated waveforms. Another practical point, the SmartPro's LCD also shows the battery health, and because it uses LiFePO, the health metric stays in the green for years. I've been using it for roughly 8 months, and the battery indicator still reads 97% capacity, which is impressive compared to a lead-acid unit of similar age that would already be at 80% or lower. The unit also supports network management via Eaton's Intelligent Power Protector software,